Greetings, Lutheran Schools staff, parents, and scholars. Welcome to Term 3, Week 6. And this week's gonna look a little different. Scholars, it's never been more important for you to show us your scholarly behavior, because this is what your parents picture in their mind when they think about you learning from home. To honor our leaders and our laws, we're trying to keep as few teachers on campus as we possibly can. But the only way that we can keep just a few teachers at school is if you are able to work from home. And that's why it's so important that you are an amazing scholar this week. Parents, it's going to take some courage from you as well. I'm not going to promise it's going to be easy, but again, in the spirit of limiting movement, we're all in this together, and this video will give you some tips and tricks that can help. Please have a go for the first couple of days and let us know how it's going. One way you might think about this whole pandemic thing is like a marathon. If you as parents have ever run a marathon, or you know somebody that has run a marathon, you will know that about the 37th kilometer, most athletes will hit a wall. Meaning they'll get to a point where they think, I can't do this anymore. I just can't go on. And that's kind of where we're at right now. But marathon runners know that it's coming, and they do some things to prepare their mind and their bodies for that in advance. Just like in a marathon, this might be the 37th kilometer. And there's some tricks that can help you get ready to overcome this last barrier where you're probably feeling like you are hitting a wall. Scholars, I need you to help your parents with this first part of the preparation for home learning. I need you to look with your parents on their phone to see if they have the Seesaw Family app. Really, pause the video and make sure your parents have that, because if they don't, you can help them download it. Next, click on the app and make sure that every child in your family that goes to Lutheran schools is on that app, because you need every classroom. After Tuesday, teachers will no longer be communicating with you by email. They will be communicating to you with messages from Seesaw. If the teacher sends a message, you'll immediately get a notification that there's something there from the teachers. One thing we know about Seesaw in remote learning and other places is it doesn't crash like email. And it's a system that the teachers will be on all week to check your child's work and to interact with your child as well. So please do make sure that that is connected. If you don't have all your children set up on Seesaw, we will have a help desk set up on Tuesday morning when you pick up books and devices, and we can help you make sure that you have everything you need on the Seesaw app to communicate with us during this time. Scholars, here's another fear that your parents have with you working from home. Did you know that as a growing scholar, with your brain growing and your body growing, you tend to eat a lot? And sometimes they're worried that you're going to say, Mom, I'm hungry. Dad, I'm hungry. Mom, I'm hungry. Dad, I'm hungry. But as scholars, you can help solve that problem right now by preparing some of the food in advance that you can eat without bothering your parents. You have a fruit break, so get your fruit ready in advance. You can even make yourself a sandwich for when you get hungry. And because you're not at school, you can add peanut butter to that sandwich. And parents, if you're worried that your children will eat all day, you can set the timer on your microwave and let them know that they can eat when the timer goes off. One very important piece of preparation for your marathon week is a card. It can be a simple card. I just used a little notepad from a conference. One side is red, the other side is green. And here's me telling Smudge what those colors mean. Smudge, this is a red card, and when the red card is out, that means I can't play, and you have to play by yourself. Now when we have the green side, that means that I'm not working and I can play with you. Do you understand? Everyone in the house should have a card with a red and green side, because scholars, you will be focused on your work too and probably won't want to be interrupted. Or maybe you don't want your little brother and sister to interrupt you while you're working. And parents, this is very important for you too. our young scholars can understand that your work is important and that there are times when they can talk to you and ask you for things, and there are times that they really can't. Parents, it's important to help scholars think in advance of things that they can do when they see your red card. What are a few things that they can do in the yard, in their bedrooms? Something that's quiet and that will keep them entertained until they can get the question to you. If you're an older scholar, it would be great for you to write down your question, and then you can remember it and ask your parents when their green card comes. Take some time to pause this video and think about 4 things that your young scholars can do when they see your red card. Remote learning will have its bumps, just like everything else in life. And when those bumps and problems arise, it's a great time to practice that restorative conversation that we've been talking about. It might sound something like this. Mom and Dad, when you interrupted me when I had my red card out, I felt like my work wasn't very important. I need you to help me get my work done by honoring my red card. I promise you it can be done even if you don't think so. I had some scholars at the Lutheran School in Melbourne who spent 6 months learning from home. Parents, it takes a lot of courage to trust our young scholars. And scholars, it takes a lot of resilience to not interrupt your parents while they're working. But again, we're scholars, and I think you can do it. And by having that courage and having that resilience, we're actually helping our country. I was thinking about the national anthem, and I remember where it says, "With courage, let us all combine to advance Australia fair."
With courage, let us all combine to advance Australia fair.
Hopefully, you will choose to have some courage and give home learning a go, and this is something that we are doing to help one another. And
remember, anyone can be a student, but at Lutheran School, we're scholars.
have a great week.